In Montebello, Quebec, we have Jack. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. My question is on Husky Energy. Got beaten up pretty bad after the dividend change, and I bought some this morning, already up. I've listened to your comments on Tourmaline, and I realize it's probably somewhat the same thing here, although they do have the downstream operations and a relatively strong balance sheet. So I'll hang up and listen to your comments. Thank you.
Sure. So yeah, Jack, so to reiterate, first of all, I've got some concerns about the sector. It does look as though energy has become a mass manufacturing industry where there's some very low-cost finding and lifting going on in the U.S., which is going to make it tough for the industry as a whole to get pricing power. So we think it's unlikely oil prices are going a lot higher in the near term. Within the group, there are some companies that are doing better than others. If I had to buy something in Canada, it'd probably be Suncor. It had great numbers, and we own some Suncor. But if you look at the integrated companies, and even more specifically the refiners in the U.S., that tells you what people think about oil prices. If you take a look at Tesoro, TSO, or Phillips 66, they're breaking out and making new highs. So they look a lot more attractive. Of course, they're the ones that do well with low oil prices. So I just would steer clear of buying the producers at this point. It's not a group that we want to focus on fundamentally or technically. Somebody will hit the lottery by buying them at the right moment, but I think that there's nothing that indicates that that's right now.
Yeah, we got a good look at a variety of charts there over various durations on Husky out to 20 years. Thanks for that, Jack. Twitter is next up here with we got a tweet from, I'd rather not say the name, kind of silly. I'd like your opinion on Laurentian Bank.
Again, I just think that we want to focus on U.S.-based banks and insurance companies and financial technology companies, less attracted to Canadian financials. At this point, the delta is probably getting worse, not better.
All right, short and sweet on that one. Jean is next in White Rock. Let's look at Laurentian down 1.5% today. Go ahead, Jean.
David, I'd really appreciate your assessment on DH Corp, which you recommended some time ago, since it's been attacked by the short selling.
Yeah. So this is something that is happening really, first of all, across healthcare, and it's happened in particular in some of the Canadian companies. There's some of the leading names in the Canadian market have been hit quite badly. I thought that DH did a pretty good job of defending their business model when the report came out. That being said, in the near term, stock is a bit technically broken. So I think that before I would buy stock here, I would like to see the technical picture get better. I think the group is improving. I just think that there is less money interested in coming into the Canadian marketplace, and there might be better places within healthcare to focus new money.
Have you held this one before, DH?
So yes, we've held the stock. We got stopped out a part of our position, and we have been working our way through the balance of the position.
Okay, decisively broke its 200-day moving average several sessions ago.
Yeah, this is one that happened very, very quickly, and rarely do we wind up in a situation where one of our positions breaks through the stop and decisively. The one thing that we will never do is push something over the edge of a cliff when there's no bid. So I think that at this point, this is sadly one of those positions that we have to figure out over the next few weeks how this is going to behave going forward.
So just to reiterate that, it broke through the stop loss that you had set up?
So if you'll remember, the stock traded from $39 to $29 in a day. So if you had any size position whatsoever, stops help you in most cases. This is one that didn't help very much.
Right. Brian is in Black Creek, BC. He's got a question here. Hi, Brian.
UTX, thanks.
Okay. So that's a short and sweet question.
Yeah.
So the industrials in general have underperformed. This stock has had some improvement over the last few weeks. I would prefer the industrial that we're going to talk about later today as one of our top picks. We have a very small weight in industrials. They do appear to be trying to find a footing here. So I don't have a problem with UTX, but I think that there's a couple of names that you may do better with.
All right, thanks, Brian. Stay tuned for the other industrial that David wants to talk about in his top picks segment. We'll take a break, and then we'll have more questions. Stay tuned.